Global geopolitics is changing rapidly, and Mongolia is at the center of it in some way. Not only does Mongolia occupy a position between Russia and China, both emerging as key players on the geopolitical stage, but it also stands at the crossroads of global events that matter to the West and East. Mongolia's geographic location, historical ties and friendly relations connect us to our authoritarian neighbors, while our democratic values link us to the Western world and other democratic countries. This unique position places Mongolia at the heart of global affairs. There is no option to exit the game. Mongolia Matters. Welcome everyone to the latest episode of our program Mongolia Matters. In today's episode, we are shining a spotlight on Mongolia's significant role in promoting global peace as a proactive member of UN peacekeeping operations. Mongolia Matters. The Mongolian army has long been revered as one of the most formidable military forces in history, known for its unprecedented conquest across vast regions of Asia and Europe. Their unparalleled success can be attributed to a combination of unparalleled tactics, rigorous training, disciplined organization, strategic intelligence, and remarkable adaptability to different environments. Despite often facing overwhelming odds, the Mongols consistently emerged victorious against their adversaries. Indeed, while the days of Mongolian military conquest may be in the past, the modern Mongolian armed forces have taken on a new mission of promoting peace. In recent times, Mongolia has become a significant player in United Nations peacekeeping missions, actively contributing to fostering diplomatic relations with other nations and playing a crucial role in global peace efforts. Following the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding with the United Nations in 1999, Mongolia demonstrated its commitment to participating in peacekeeping missions by offering staff officers, military observers, and medical officers. The enactment of a law in 2002 further solidified this commitment, allowing military and police personnel to engage in peacekeeping activities. Mongolian President Baghband Natsak's appeal to UN Secretary-General Kofi Annan in October 2002 highlighted Mongolia's eagerness to deploy an infantry platoon and serve as a regional hub for UN peacekeeping training. In 2002, when UN Secretary-General Kofi Annan visited Mongolia, political leaders in the country conveyed a keen interest in seeking his help to deploy a small military contingent to United Nations peacekeeping mission. Additionally, they expressed a desire to establish a regional training center for peacekeeping activities. This demonstrated Mongolia's proactive approach towards contributing to global peacekeeping efforts and engaging more actively in UN missions. Mongolia Matters. The beginning of Mongolia's involvement in United Nations peacekeeping can be traced back to 2002, when two unarmed military observers were dispatched to the UN mission for the referendum in Western Sahara. Building on this initial commitment, Mongolia later deployed two additional officers to UN mission in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Since then, Mongolia has continuously expanded its involvement in UN peace operations, playing an active role in various conflict zones around the world. In March 2003, the Mongolian government demonstrated a bold move in its foreign policy by deciding to deploy a contingent to support military operations in Iraq led by the United States and the United Kingdom. This decision was notable for Mongolia, as it went against the opposition to the coalition's military actions expressed by Mongolia's immediate neighbors, China and Russia. From September 2003 to October 2008, Mongolia deployed a total of 1,192 personnel to Iraq, including an infantry company and a construction platoon through 10 rotations. During this time, the Mongolian contingent operated under the command of the Polish-led multinational division Central South until the mission's conclusion. Mongolia's participation in this coalition effort in Iraq showcased its willingness to engage in international security operations and contribute to global peacekeeping efforts. Mongolia's deployment to Iraq had a positive impact on its bilateral relations with the United States, the United Kingdom, and Poland. In 2005, U.S. President George Bush paid an official visit to Mongolia and expressed gratitude for Mongolia's contribution to the coalition operations in both Iraq and Afghanistan. Mongolia Matters. 800 years ago, Mongols led by Genghis Khan conquered the once prosperous empire in what's now Afghanistan. Fast forward to 2003, Mongolia's modern-day contingent arrived in the war-torn nation to protect and support peace efforts. Mongolia's participation in coalition operations in Afghanistan evolved and expanded over time. Initially, the Mongolian military took on the task of training and supporting the Afghan National Army's artillery force. From October 2003 to March 2012, approximately 14 mobile training teams comprising around 300 personnel were deployed to Afghanistan. These teams played a crucial role in establishing and implementing the national training program, offering training to Afghan artillery officers and non-commissioned officers, and conducting maintenance and repairs on artillery weapons. Mongolia's involvement in this capacity demonstrates its commitment to supporting and strengthening Afghanistan's security forces and overall stability in the region. Starting in October 2010, Mongolia sent 8 rotations of a helicopter maintenance and training team to support the Afghan Air Force, which operated Russian-made helicopters. Additionally, Mongolia deployed a company of 120 to 130 personnel to provide security for Camp Eggers, a crucial military installation in Kabul, starting in October 2009. In December 2009, a Mongolian platoon began working with the German-led provincial reconstruction team in Faizabad, located in northern Afghanistan. Furthermore, in May 2011, another Mongolian platoon started operations alongside the Belgian military to enhance security at the Kabul International Airport. These deployments underscore Mongolia's continued commitment to serving in various capacities in Afghanistan to promote peace, stability, and reconstruction efforts. In 2010, Mongolia received official recognition from NATO as a troop-contributing nation to its missions in Afghanistan. Additionally, Mongolia deployed 2 platoons to work alongside the Belgium and Luxembourg militaries in the NATO mission in Kosovo. This collaborative effort, involving 2 NATO members, was designed to give the Mongolian military the chance to operate with Francophone-speaking forces in Europe while following NATO operational standards. This initiative further demonstrates Mongolia's commitment to contributing to international peacekeeping efforts and building partnerships with various NATO member countries. Mongolia Matters. After the end of the initial UN mission in Sierra Leone in 2005, Mongolia took advantage of an opportunity to send a military contingent of 250 personnel to protect the Special Court for Sierra Leone. This international tribunal was tasked with prosecuting individuals accused of committing war crimes during the civil war in Sierra Leone. From 2005 to 2011, while Mongolian contingent was providing security, several war criminals, such as former Liberian President Charles Taylor, were captured and faced trial at the Special Court. This deployment was significant as it represented Mongolia's first involvement in UN peacekeeping operations, highlighting the country's commitment to upholding justice and international security. Mongolia Matters. In 2006, Mongolia made a substantial contribution to UN peacekeeping endeavors by sending 250 military personnel to the UN mission in Liberia. Liberia, situated in West Africa, was undergoing a process of rebuilding after a harrowing civil war. Mongolia's deployment of troops to support the UN mission in Liberia exemplified its commitment to global peacekeeping and stability, showcasing the country's willingness to assist in post-conflict reconstruction efforts in regions affected by conflict. Mongolia Matters. Between 2009 and 2010, Mongolia sent 2 contingents totaling 528 personnel to the UN mission in Chad with the primary goal of safeguarding civilians in the region. Moreover, Mongolia set up a Level 2 medical field hospital in Darfur as part of the joint United Nations African Union operations. From 2010 to 2017, 8 medical teams comprised of 554 Mongolian healthcare professionals, including doctors and nurses, provided medical assistance to more than 11,000 individuals in the area. This demonstrates Mongolia's ongoing commitment to supporting peacekeeping missions and delivering essential healthcare services to those in need in conflict-affected regions. Mongolia Matters. Commencing in 2011, Mongolia launched its most substantial deployment yet, dispatching 850 personnel or a battalion to the United Nations mission in South Sudan. In May 2017, over 850 Mongolian peacekeepers were honored with the United Nations Medal in a ceremony held in Bentiu, recognizing their unwavering dedication and service to both the UN and the populace of South Sudan. During the ceremony, David Shearer, the head of the UN mission in South Sudan, commended the Mongolian troops for their resolute, composed and tactful approach to peacekeeping. He lauded their bravery and steadfastness, citing them as a beacon of excellence for all peacekeeping forces to follow. Mongolia Matters. The participation of Mongolian women in UN peacekeeping missions has experienced notable advancement. Nearly 800 women have taken part in peacekeeping operations thus far. A significant achievement is that around 44% of the personnel serving at the Level 2 field hospital were women, occupying roles such as doctors and nurses. At present, over 6.5% of Mongolian contingent members involved in peacekeeping missions are women, showcasing the increasing representation and contribution of women in Mongolia's peacekeeping efforts. Mongolia Matters. Peacekeeping missions have become closely intertwined with Mongolia's security and foreign policy objectives, especially following significant transformations in the post-Cold War era. The thaw in Sino-Soviet relations brought about a pivotal change, resulting in the cessation of Mongolia's military alliance with the Soviet Union. As a result, all Soviet military forces were completely withdrawn from Mongolia, and the mutual defense commitments outlined in the 1966 treaty with the former Soviet Union were dissolved. Additionally, Mongolia no longer received the substantial military technical assistance it had previously obtained from the Soviet military. This period of transition signified a shift in Mongolia's security landscape, prompting a renewed focus on peacekeeping missions as a means to uphold its security interests and engage in international peace initiatives. Mongolia Matters. In order to maintain its neutrality, Mongolia's 1992 constitution, along with subsequent national security and foreign policy doctrines, placed stringent restrictions on allowing foreign military forces to enter the country and prohibited Mongolia from joining any military alliances. In 1992, Mongolia declared its territory a nuclear weapon-free zone, and in 1993 it joined the non-allied movement. With no military alliances or security assurances from major powers, upholding neutrality has become fundamental to Mongolia's sovereignty and independence as a nation. This commitment to neutrality is a crucial aspect of Mongolia's foreign policy, ensuring the country's autonomy and ability to engage in diplomacy without being aligned with any specific military bloc. Mongolia's dedication to neutrality plays a vital role in accommodating the geopolitical interests of China and Russia by avoiding any actions that could potentially provoke these neighboring powers. By maintaining neutrality, Mongolia refrains from asserting any geostrategic or military interests that could antagonize China or Russia. In this external context, peacekeeping missions have become a pragmatic tool for advancing Mongolia's security and foreign policy objectives. Participating in peacekeeping missions provides Mongolia with a valuable opportunity to strengthen military relations with a wide range of countries, including China, Russia, and other third neighbor nations such as the United Nations, Japan, the European Union, India, South Korea, and Turkey. By engaging in peacekeeping activities, Mongolia can develop military cooperation and partnerships with a diverse set of stakeholders, advancing its diplomacy and promoting mutual understanding and trust. Mongolia Matters. Mongolia's establishment of the Five Hills Peace Support Operations Training Center as a testament to its commitment to peacekeeping operations and international cooperation. The training center provides valuable training opportunities for military personnel from various countries, ranging from major powers like India and Germany to smaller nations such as Belgium and Qatar. This bilateral training enables participants to enhance their peacekeeping skills and capabilities, ultimately contributing to more effective and efficient peacekeeping missions. One of the notable activities hosted by the training center is the Han Quest exercise, a unique peacekeeping drill that brings together militaries from countries like China, Japan, South Korea, and the United States, along with emerging troop-contributing nations around the world. This exercise not only helps improve interoperability and coordination among participating forces, but also promotes collaboration and understanding between different nations involved in peacekeeping efforts. Well, that's all for this episode of Mongolia Matters. Thank you for watching and see you next time.